Hello, epic viewers from around the multiverse. Prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another ribbon and caffeine stellar unboxing video is about to be brought to fruition. What items will I be unboxing? What items will I be opening? Without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to list the box. What items are encompassed inside this bulky, hefty, control nifty box? Let's find out. I'm going to demystify that answer to that inquiry right here, right now, so bear with me. It'll only take me billions of seconds to extract the items from the box and subsequently flaunt them in front of the camera for you to feast your glorious eyes on. Here we go. The unboxing process is about to commence. The unboxing process is officially underway. What items have I drawn forth? What items have I prompted? What items have I elicited? Let's find out. I'm going to shed light on that inquiry. So off the get-go, we have the Green Lantern figurine. I love his deco, I love his aesthetics, I love his hues, I love his shadings, I love his sculpt. He was likely sculpted by the Four Horsemen Studios Corporation. Is he a paradigm of perfection? Is he the embodiment of sound and perfection? Is he the epitome of perfection? I believe he is. I unequivocally love this figurine. Of course, he has a diaphragm joint. His legs and his arms can move outwards as well as inwards. You don't want to tamper with his joints too much. You don't want to compromise the integrity of the joints, so just be cognizant of that. His pelvis is intact, same with his torso. It has yet to become severed, thank God. His fingers are semi-clenched together on his left hand. On the other hand, on his right hand, he has a fisted hand. Not bad. He can rotate his wrists. He can also rotate his forearms. He could ascend and descend his head. He can also rotate it at your own discretion, or I should say at my own discretion. It'd be at your own discretion if you owned one, but you may already own one. But nonetheless, let's move on. I digress. So, he also has the ability to ascend and descend his foot. He lacks an ankle pivot. He can't rotate his ankles. He can't rotate his thighs nor his calves. Actually, I revoked my previous statement. He can rotate his calves. I don't think he could. Not too shabby, right? It's not a shoddy figurine. It's a robust, stellar, meritorious, high-quality figurine. Mattel and the Four Horsemen Studios deserve their accolades for churning out this extraordinary, remarkable, intricate, state-of-the-art Green Lantern figurine. Not bad by any means. And he's a part of the DC Universe Classics action figure line. So, if you're interested in procuring him, then go on eBay or go on Amazon. Go on eBay or go on Amazon and see the price he commands and subjectively determine whether or not he warrants the price. For under $10, I'd rate him a 10 out of 10. I recollect procuring him for under $10 via eBay. I had to haggle down the price when I was negotiating with the seller. So next we have Lex Luthor. This is a classic version. As you can tell, he's a part of the DC Universe Classics action figure lot. His sculpt is akin to the Green Lantern action figure. He has two pegholes embedded in the bottom of his feet so he can be mounted onto his stand. Just like the other figurine, his elbows are not double jointed, nor are his knees. He has ample points of articulation. He possesses a diaphragm joint so he can perform an ab crunch. He lacks an ankle pivot, and he also only has one fisted hand, and he has one hand in which his fingers are semi-clenched together so he can wield a weapon. Not bad. He can rotate his head at your own discretion. His collar encumbers his head rotation. Nonetheless, he still has tremendous merit. You can remove the harness if you so choose to by taking a knife and severing it, which I don't recommend doing. But there's no other way to remove it, apparently. He has eminently defined muscle tones. He can flex his muscles in front of the camera. He can flaunt his muscles. This figurine truly embodies Lex Luthor. He stands roughly 6 inches tall, so he coincides eminently well with the Marvel Legends figurines, which were also sculpted by the Four Horsemen Studios Corporation. So for under $10, you unequivocally can't go wrong. And if you have a little armament, then you can equip it at your own discretion, and then he could grasp it with his fingers. But you don't want to tamper with these joints too much. This figurine is nearly a decade old, so just be wary of that. So when you purchase a Lex Luthor figurine that's subsumed under the DC Universe Classics action figure line, be cautious and treat your figurines gingerly. Treat them with the utmost respect and care. Be diligent when you're posing your figurines. You don't want to tamper with the joints too much and wind up succumbing to compromised joints. Let me revamp that. I should say you don't want to wind up succumbing to your figurines possessing compromised joints. So he's on the floor. I plopped him on the floor. So here's the other two figurines. I need to get water. I'm dehydrated. I'm lethargic. I'm debilitated. I'm fatigued. I'm weary. Alright, so here's Hawkman, I should say, not Hawkman, Hawkman. Alright, and then here's the Green Lantern figurine, a part of the crime syndicate. So I believe he's supposed to be Green Lantern in a parallel universe where Green Lantern is evil, malicious, sadistic, coercive, and violent. So he's not supposed to be heroic, he's supposed to be villainous. So he's essentially an evil depiction of Green Lantern. And he comes in the crime syndicate pack with a evil variants of Superman, Batman. I believe the name of Batman in the parallel universe is Owlman, or Owlman, not Owlman, Owlman. And I know he probably has a specific name, but I just have no recollection of it. The seller listed him as the Green Lantern Crime Syndicate figure, and he just listed 21 random names, and I'm just identifying that name with this figurine because they likely correspond to one another. So, of course, he has an ab crunch. He can't really be bent backwards. I believe he doesn't have two ratchets in his legs because they could be extended outwards and inwards. At least I don't believe he has ratchets in his pelvis because he has tremendous latitude for articulation. Now, he also has one fisted hand and one hand that is he also has one hand in which his fingers are semi-clenched together. What else? Of course, he can rotate his forearms, he can rotate his biceps. Not bad by any means. You can stretch out his arms all the way if you want to. I don't recommend doing that. You can rotate his waist. I love his abtones. They're eminently defined, so they denote that he has physical prowess, and this truly captures the character that I recollect seeing in one of the cartoons, which is a evil version of Green Lantern from a parallel universe. So he's part of the Justice League Crime Syndicate, or the Crime Syndicate. And I believe in that anime, I believe in that cartoon, I should say, or in that episode, they wind up controlling the Earth they inhabit. So rather than being noble and valiant and heroic, they're sadistic, cunning, cruel, crude, and diabolical, to say the least. Alright, next we have Hawkman. You can flap his wings at your own discretion. Not bad by any means. He has a little harness that can't be removed. What else? His mask cannot be removed, or his cowl cannot be removed. This is a mask or a cowl. I think it's considered a mask rather than a cowl. And then, of course, you can see his muscle tones. This figurine is stupendous. I love this figurine. He's not marred or inundated with scratches or scuffs. Nothing really taints his appearance. He's supposed to wield either a flail or a mace. I believe he's supposed to wield a mace. So he has this little strap that he can keep his mace around, I believe. But I lack his armaments. Why? Well, I purchased these figurines used via eBay, and I'm not willing to purchase them new for double the price in order to procure their armaments. I'm not going to pay twice as much just so I could have weapons for John Hex, or so that I can have weapons for Brainiac or Lex Luthor. So these figurines are not abysmal by any means. I love these figurines. This is the final part of my DC Universe Classics action figure lot unboxing. So I hope that you relished it. I believe this is part number 5. You can verify that for yourself. If you have yet to watch the previous parts, then I recommend and advocate doing so if you're an avid devout DC fan. If you detest and disdain the DC franchise, and if you prefer to abstain from buying action figures, then perhaps you may want to look elsewhere for entertainment. But I hope that you gain insights about these action figures. Just to review real quick, just to recap, just to give you a synopsis about my thoughts appertaining to these figurines, I'd like to notify you and apprise you that they have ample points of articulation. They have state-of-the-art details. I love these figurines down in the nitty-gritty details. They truly capture and embody and emulate the appearance of DC Universe characters. They truly look like they jumped out of the comic books, and they showcase the DC Universe figurines in 6-inch action figure form, so they scale eminently well with a 6-inch action figure line. You can display them next to your Marvel Legends. You can have them both flaunted on your shelves. You can consign these figurines to a shelf with your Marvel Legends, and then they could be placed into dynamic poses so that they look like they're poised for battle and about to engage in an epic final bout against one another. Armageddon may ensue on your shelf if you have an imagination. Or you could also record stop motion videos with these figurines. I used to do stop motion videos in the past, but it takes too long. I believe the last time I recorded a stop motion video was when I was 15, so it's been nearly a decade. I'm aging. My body's depreciated. My body's dilapidated. Nonetheless, I can still relish action figures. I revel in collecting action figures. I love to take a gander at them practically every day. So just to showcase the figurines one more time, and I believe that I flaunted in this video with the Green Lantern Crime Syndicate figurine from the parallel universe, the evil variant of Green Lantern. Then of course we have the illustrious, renowned, revered, stoic, mighty, audacious Hawkman. Followed by him we have the notorious, villainous, sadistic, cunning, conniving, astute, shrewd Lex Luthor. I either flaunted him in front of the camera in this video or in the previous video, and then I believe I showcased Hal Jordan, or the Green Lantern. I believe his real name is Hal Jordan, but his alias as a Green Lantern. So, not a bad figurine by any means. I love these figurines. So, the Four Horsemen Studios Corporation deserves their accolades for churning out such robust figurines. I should say for sculpting such robust figurines. They were produced by Mattel, so Mattel deserves their credit too for contracting with them. Mattel technically churned them out, but the Four Horsemen Studios really deserves the credit because they sculpted them, and the sculpt is just was a sculpting aspect of figurines, and the craftsmanship and the artistry and the effort that was put into them. Truly should be credited to the Four Horsemen Studios Corporation. I just noticed that his head is marred as a couple of scratches, but whatever. I mean, it's arduous to discern them from afar, so I shouldn't be imbued with rage, or be agitated, or infuriated. I'll just have to cope with the calamity that has befallen upon me. So, apologize about earlier that I was lost for words. I'm just contemplating about the most efficacious way to spew out my next sentence. I want my subsequent sentences to not sound abysmal and not sound incohesive. So, sorry about that. I apologize about that. These videos are improvised. They're impromptu videos. They're unscripted. They're uncanny. They're uncut. But some people prefer these types of uncut videos because they're more authentic, they're more genuine, and I could churn out videos in an expeditious manner if I can create uncut videos. I mean, I don't have the time to edit my videos. I barely have the time to create improvised videos. But even if I edited videos, it doesn't necessarily correlate with amplified levels of viewership. And plus, I don't earn enough revenue from doing this. I earn chump change from doing this. I don't earn enough revenue to warrant spending all the time out of my finance schedule to comprise a script. So if you want to see scripted videos in the future, stop motion videos, let me know. There's enough demand for them. I'll definitely consider it, because in the future, in a decade from now, I'd love to be able to produce stop motion videos, but because of all the responsibilities that I'm obligated to uphold, and because of all the time constraints, it's not feasible now. I need to finish unboxing my figurines, and I need to organize them, then I need to organize my collection, and then I need to try to get my ducks in order. I'm still struggling to finish school. I have roughly 2 years left, and then I finish my doctoral program, and then after that, I mean, once I get afford to finance a mortgage for one bedroom condo, once I live by myself, and once I have all my figurines flaunted on the shelves and everything set up and organized, then maybe I'll have the time to churn out stop motion videos, but right now it's just not feasible. And I should get a smartphone. I'm still waiting to get one that's discounted for the proper price, but I need one that's unlocked and near mint condition with a used retail price, which I'm unlikely to procure since it's a scarcity, and what I'm looking for is just an anomaly. I think I want the Motorola. No, is it? I think it's pronounced the Motorola Droid Turbo 2. Who knows? I think Motorola is a brand. Android coincides with the Android operating system. Who knows? I don't have a modicum of knowledge about smartphones. That's not my niche. But regardless, I just hope that you relish the video. I hope that you're gratified, buoyant, jubilant, and opulent. I hope that you are opulent. Even though opulent is not a synonym of buoyant. I hope that you live an opulent, affluent lifestyle and possess all the DC Universe classics and Marvel Legends figurines that were turned out amid the early 21st century. So, to revamp that, I hope that you get all the amenities that you desire and that you yearn to possess. So, that's everything I wanted to divulge and spew from my vocal folds. I hope that you deemed this video to be gratifying. I hope that you're content. I hope that you're satiated. I hope that you're satisfied. And I hope that you're buoyant, jubilant, and happy. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.